Woke up. Wake you up. Wake that ass up.
Program your alarm to Power 105.1 on iHeartRadio.
Sassy is important.
Mainstream
is the real.
Got one of the biggest things in American culture.
They not like us.
Think everybody should go on the Breakfast Club. You want to shake it up.
They not like us. Wake the f*** up, Breakfast Club.
DJ Envy.
The Family Guy.
Jess Hilarious.
I'm the wild card. Keep the real.
And Charlamagne the God.
I'm a lovable ass.
Or you're a clown.
Yo, I'm loving that energy up there right now.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show today.
Now let's begin.
Wake it up. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Sean D from the D.
What's up, brother? Get it off your chest.
Man, what's going on? Trump ain't had y'all going on leave because y'all gave him the donkey of the day, did he?
No, it's this thing called Christmas and New Year's, brother. Come on now.
Okay. All right. You can protect him all you want, Charlamagne.
Would y'all want us to work through the holidays? We can't get a little vacay?
A little break?
Nah. Nope. Ain't no break.
We got kids.
Hey.
We got kids and we got brains. We need a mental break, bro.
Hey, I can understand, dude. The way of the world.
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate it. Hello, who's this?
Renee.
Renee, get it off your chest.
Hey, girl.
Okay, listen. Good morning, everybody, first of all.
Good morning.
I went to the dispensary yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm tired of the taxes on the dispensary, marijuana. And I got a medical card. Some BS. You know what I'm saying? It already costs $3.25 for an ounce. And then you're going to hit me with a 14% tax?
How much it costs for an ounce?
Yeah.
$3.25.
God damn.
Jesus.
Yeah.
No, see, listen. That's my medicine. I need that to survive.
No, I'm with you, but $3.25 for an ounce, that sounds pretty steep.
Yeah, that's hot.
I'm telling you, that's why you can't. Where you at? Where you from? Where's the dispensary?
In River Rouge, in Detroit.
Oh, Detroit.
Oh, you in Detroit. Oh, okay. I guess things are high up there because I ain't never had $3.25.
$3.25 for an ounce is crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
I mean, I paid higher than that. I mean, it's quality because the simple fact is marijuana keeps stupid people tolerable. You know who we got in administration. So, you know, all that BS that Donald Trump keeps spitting out, I need to medicate. Come on now. Then I got to get something else off my chest.
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing I'm a weed smoker, my friends want to give me makeup and stuff like that. I can buy that for myself. I don't wear makeup. I tell them to put some money on my books at the dispensary.
That's right.
I mean, it is what it is.
I love that. I love you for that. That is dope.
I mean, because of the simple fact is, I tell people like this: my rent is paid, everything else is paid, but my marijuana, I can always need more.
You know what?
Right.
That's not a bad idea. That they definitely should do that, where people could actually put money on your marijuana books, where people can get weed. I'm not mad at that.
Listen,
That's why I love my fans. Man, I got so much weed yesterday at my show.
If y'all go to Bowles Dispensary, they will actually let you do that.
Wow.
Anybody that knows me, don't give me no bullshit perfume.
Damn.
Just buy me some weed. Buy me some quality kush.
Yeah, especially if it's $350 an ounce. Somebody need to help with that. You got to put that on layaway. You pay that all at once?
Yeah, I go about 3, 4, 5 times a week.
Well, go to.
Whoa. First of all, what do you do for a living that you spending $1,500 a week on weed?
Listen, we can't talk about that on here.
Oh my gosh.
Other than that, and then hold on, one other thing. I got one other thing to say. If Donald Trump makes marijuana federal, we'll forget about that Epstein shit. I agree with y'all.
All right. Goodbye, mama.
No, for real. If he do that, I'm telling you, everybody will forget. Legalize marijuana federally and pardon everybody that got their marijuana charges federally. Anybody that's locked up for a federal marijuana case, let them out. Oh, man, people will forget that in a heartbeat. You hear me?
And salute to all the dispensaries in Detroit that got us on. I know House of Mary Jane and House of Dank, they always got us on in the morning. So salute to them. All right. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Ray.
Yo, Charlamagne, Envy, what up? Are we live?
This is your time to get it off your chest.
I got an indoor pool, an outdoor pool.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
We can get on the phone right now. He'll tell you what it is.
We live? Good morning. Who's this?
Shimon.
Peace, Shimon. Get it off your chest.
Hey, bro. I wanted to say, like, when the government shut down, like he wasn't giving up. He was saying he was gonna give, but he wasn't never coming back saying he gave. You know what I'm saying?
He gave,
and then
gave to who?
He was gonna give to a charity.
Oh, gotcha.
You know, every day he said that, but in my heart, I don't feel like he did it. And then for you, bro, like every day you was saying you was giving, and I was just like, I feel like you one of them guys that give something, like for the cameras. You know what I'm saying? Like every day, bro, I give to this and this, and I give to this and this. Bro, how about you just?
Do you know why? Do you know why I did that? Would you like to ask me why?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Because the food banks wanted to be amplified. That was the whole point of that. That's why we bought, especially here in New York City. That's why we bought two of the people who run Food Bank NYC up here. They wanted to be amplified, and because of that amplification, at least me personally, I was able to provide like 700,000, 800,000 meals for people. But they've had record-breaking numbers at the food banks because of people amplifying, what they were doing. And it wasn't just me. You got people like Tracy Morgan. Who else was out there?
Yeah, I ain't saying they amplify. I ain't saying don't amplify it, but I'm saying you always had to say you do this, you do this. And then let me say this, bro. I'm from my name's Shimon. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but I live in Georgia now. But and shout out to Jess. I think that bro, y'all amplify. I mean, you put stuff out there and don't tell the other side or don't have the other side story. You know what I'm saying? Like, just I said all that to say this. Just when I think it was Dame Dash that came up there, you knew how to sit back and just lay low. You know what I'm saying? And not say too much or nothing. But that's what Envy and that's what Charlamagne. That's what y'all need to learn how to do, bro, when y'all don't really know what y'all talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Because like they said, y'all push an agenda out there to the people, man, and that don't be cool when y'all pushing the wrong agenda. And a real quick example is Jesus' birthday ain't on the 25th, and y'all push that Christmas stuff like that's the truth. Bro, stop killing our people with this bad information. You know what I'm saying?
Can I say something else to you?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I just let you say a bunch of wrong stuff and didn't say anything.
Okay,
no, you didn't, bro.
I just did.
I promise you didn't.
I just let you talk. What you mean?
No, but see, that's what I'm saying. It's a joke because, like I said, you'll push your agenda, bro, and don't know the truth of it, bro. Or you do. That's what made me feel like y'all are part of the agenda too, for the most part. And again, that's why I like Jess, because she stay quiet on certain things, and it keeps her out of it. But bro, don't push agendas if you don't really know. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when you cut me off, tell me about Jesus and show me in the Bible where the 25th is his birthday.
I never said that. I never said that I thought this was Jesus' birthday. What I said was, being that y'all recognize this is Jesus' birthday, y'all don't even let Jesus headline his own birthday. The day that y'all say is Jesus' birthday, the day that y'all say y'all should recognize it's Jesus' birthday, y'all don't even let him headline it. Y'all let Frosty the Snowman headline it, Santa Claus, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
The agenda. You still pushing the agenda, bro. Still pushing the just like Jesus ain't white, but they still got his picture up in all these churches of him being white.
Can I ask you
know what I'm saying?
Can I ask you another question? Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead, man.
What do you like?
I like my family. I like my wife. I like living.
But they don't like you. I see them on Facebook all the time. They don't like you. They say you come to the dinner table and you always coming in with all of these conspiracy theories and causing arguments with people. They don't like you.
I bet you can't show me where Jesus is white, but he posted everywhere around the world as he white. And in the Bible it clearly say that he black.
I don't think Jesus is white either.
Yeah, but I'm saying you push the agenda.
What agenda? I don't think he white. I agree with you.
No, yeah, but I'm saying this, bro. When I say the agenda, I ain't saying you push the agenda right now that Jesus is white. But when you talk about Christmas and celebrating these holidays that's satanic and ain't good, like and you transform them to, that's the good thing. That's a good thing.
Sir,
Let's celebrate Thanksgiving to be thankful.
Sir, I grew up. I grew up a Jehovah's Witness. I didn't even grow up celebrating holidays. What I like,
and that's sad, bro. That you the way you are, then, bro.
No, what I like is the season. I like the energy of the season. I like when people are.
Yeah, you like Thanksgiving, but the Native Americans got massacred for Thanksgiving, and you celebrate it, and you like it.
Actually, I don't like Thanksgiving.
He hates it.
I actually said we shouldn't even recognize Thanksgiving.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Okay, you got me on that one. But
have a nice day, sir. We appreciate your call. That's exactly what Get It Off Your Chest is for. Okay, 1-800-585-1051 is the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
One of the best to ever do it.
Celebrating the 20th anniversary of Thug Motivation 101. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeezy. Welcome.
What up, though? What's happening? Good morning.
How you feeling, brother?
Man, great, man. Better than most. You know what I mean? Great.
I was talking to somebody yesterday. This is the other day. And he was like, yeah, I'm on my way to Jeezy house. I'm like, for what? He was like, I'm opening up for Jeezy. I said, what you mean opening up? There's like Jeezy DJ as a hobby. He can do it to have fun. I said, shut up. He was like, yes. Yeah. You started DJing?
Yeah, I used to DJ back in the day when I was, young in the hood. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I hustled up on the DJ set. And I was just going to the hood, just DJ on people's porches. Mm-hmm. That was kind of my thing, but that's how I got into music. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like a pastime. But like the great Andre 3000 said, if you can't find the vibe, you got to create it. Mm. So I just invite dope people over to my crib, you know what I'm saying, curate it. We might do some red wine and Popeye's chicken, and I might throw on the set, and we just get it cracking, man.
That was like he was DJing for real.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
That's interesting. So that's how you've been feeling? Like you haven't been finding a vibe lately, so you've been trying to create one?
Well, I like to travel a lot, you know what I'm saying, and I like to live, but also I like to, like turn people on to what I've learned when I've been around the world. So it's just like different types of music, different types of curation. So it's just dope to have people come up to your house that you trust and just vibe. People get tired of going out, cameras everywhere. Some very distinguished black people in Atlanta, and they like to really live. So I just like come over to my crib, man. We just hang out. You know what I'm saying? It's dope though.
Right. What type of vibes though? Is it like is it all rap?
No.
That's what I thought. I said, what's he playing? His music? They was like, no. They was like, he played everything.
Yeah, house music, old school. Yeah, it's vibe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got soul. I got a little soul. I got a little something. Yeah, you should come next time you're tonight. All y'all invited. You know what I'm saying?
She gonna tell about everybody in the house.
No, I'm not.
Whoever in the house, I tell you, promise you, she gonna come to the radio and tell everybody. Listen, 20-year anniversary of one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time.
Yes.
What does it feel like mentally to have to revisit that era?
To be honest with you, it feels like that album was supposed to happen. And even 20 years later, just the obstacles that I had to go through to, get this tour going and everything, it just feels like deja vu. But the consequences are not dire. They're just real life things, and you got to show your adversity. And it feels like, I was just talking to somebody about this other day. It's just like, now Soul Survivor really resonates with me. It makes sense. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a soul survivor now. I'm listening to the words. I'm like, oh, this is me. This is who I am. When I wrote it, it was a record. Now this is my life. And it's just like to be 20, because you got to think, like you think about Pac and Big, what would they have done 20 years in the game? You know what I'm saying? You celebrating All Eyes on Me. Yeah. Life After Death 20 years later. I don't know. Pac might have been DJing in his basement. I don't know.
Yeah, right,
you know what I'm saying? But I'm living life, and I'm going through, one of those stages where, you get to watch the game like I watch the streets. You know what I'm saying? I'm in this world, but I'm not of it. You know what I'm saying? So I get to watch it, but at the same time, I already put my work in, so I get to sit back. But I'm dealing with real stuff now, running companies and doing deals and empowering other people. So it's now I gotta really practice my skills of leadership, but with my catalog behind me, because I can stand on that because it's solid. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not, I'm Frankie Beverly and Mays out here. I could keep going if I wanted to, but I don't got to.
Do you have survivor's remorse at all? Because
I used to.
You have so many people that you ran into, partners and people that you.
Yeah, I used to, but everybody know me. They know I'm solid. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, my life is about peace, joy, and freedom. And I'm saying that to say a lot of people don't survive the war, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I ain't got no reason to go back. Ain't nothing to prove. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to live my life, make sure my people's straight, put as many people as I can put on, and keep, just inspiring and involving my culture, which is why I'm even doing this symphony tour, which is crazy because I think I'm the first one to ever take a symphony around the world to do a tour, you know what I mean, to celebrate, my first debut album, which is about 3-4 times platinum. I ain't checked last time. But
I can't wait to put on
a
tux and a nice watch.
That's
Go
right.
ahead, trap Thug Motivation 101.
Yeah.
Come on now.
And it's crazy because it's like, the only time I remember putting on a suit is for a funeral or a wedding. It's a celebration. And it's not just about the music. It's about everybody who came along on this journey with me that'll celebrate. Think about where you was 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Where you were 20 years ago and where y'all at now. This is a celebration of that because that music reminds you of that time you was out there grinding, but look what you grinded too. So this is a reason for everybody to put on a suit and a nice black dress and come out and celebrate. And I do want to say this. This is not the opera. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to sit down and cross your legs. This is a party. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, shout out to Adam Blackstone. He helped me produce it. D. Hodges he wrote the music. He's actually conducting it. Those brothers are crazy. I brought DJ Drama with me. So it's a party. I got DJ Ace with me. It's a celebration. You know what I'm saying?
When you were making this album 20 years ago,
right?
Were you just making songs or were you thinking the future? Were you thinking catalog? Because you look at a lot of people in the industry and their catalog is not strong, right? Their first album, the catalog is not strong. They can't go on tour. Were you thinking about that when you were writing this first album? Or was it just, I'm just trying to get out the hood?
I was just trying to stay alive and free. And I just wanted to be heard. And the reason why that album is so solid is because I put everything in there. I didn't have another shot. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like no label was looking for me. You know what I'm saying? I had spent all this money to build this buzz, and I had this one opportunity. And you got to think, like, I lost my voice. I tore my vocal cords. I had Bell's palsy. Like, all these things happened at one time, and I'm just like, I was humbled. And the album got leaked 4 weeks before it came out. Think about that. I was up against all that, and I'm still like praying. You know what I'm saying? And it happened. So when I look back 20 years ago, like, I didn't realize what I was doing, but I know to change the trajectory of my family and our generational wealth and getting my family in a better place, that this is all I had. You know what I'm saying? So I put everything in the album. Trap or Die and this, everything. By the way, I probably, was riding around, still getting it. You know what I'm saying? That time, right.
Okay, that's interesting.
And the statute of limitations is up, so I want to put that out there,
It's interesting what you said about the record Soul Survivor, because at that point in your life, you had survived to a certain extent, but you didn't feel that way?
No. I mean, you got to think about it. I didn't really even start celebrating life until the recession.
Wow.
Yeah, I was out of it, bro. I was drinking, smoking, living. I'm just holding on, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know. Then I woke up one day, it's like, damn, I'm still free, So you
thought at any moment it could go down?
Oh, yeah. And ain't nothing like that. That's some type of stress you don't even want. You know what I'm saying? Because it's every day. It never stops. And you're always on edge. You living from, a survival mindset. You know what I'm saying? And, when I woke up on that day, when I started to work on the recession, that's when I realized what abundance was. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm like, I'm a superstar. I was telling the other day, man, I got in the gym, got myself together. My first show in Boston for the recession tour, I get the stage and I'm telling the security guard, hey, yo, they throwing stuff at me. We got to get out here and get down. He like, sir, no, they're panties. I'm like, the sex symbol down. I like this. You know what I'm saying?
How crusty and hard was them panties that you didn't realize they were panties? Throwing hard objects.
Bras and stuff. But I'm like, yo, this is different. Because you got to think, when I was doing shows, when Thug Motivation came out, all the gangsters was in the front. You know what I'm saying? All the hustlers. There wasn't no women. I didn't have any women fans. Shout out to the women fans out there. You know what I'm saying?
I'm shocked that you didn't know that you was such a sex symbol. I'm really sitting here like, how did you not?
I mean, I didn't know that then. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think, like, back then, what I was doing, I'm 5'8". I was 260, skin bad. I wasn't drinking water. My diet was Waffle House and Cristal. You know what I'm saying? I'm partying all day because I didn't know if I was going to be home.
You was built like a snowman for real.
Yeah, I was him. Big
But
snow.
you know now.
Oh, yeah. No, I get it now. I mean, even on the intellectual level, like, I know that. I can sit down and spar with the best of them. I mean, I know that for a fact.
Oh, yeah, we saw you with Nia Long.
Yeah, shout out to Nia. Shout out to Nia.
And then I was even saying a lot of women in the comments saying, "Oh, after the divorce, man, he looked even better after that."
I received that.
I was saying that. But I know that was like an intense time, you know, last year. You going through all of that, even with, you know, the custody battle that you did win and everything. Where are things with you and your ex now?
Peace.
That's good.
Yeah, peace, man. I'm all about understanding. I'm all about what's best for everybody.
Yeah.
The greater good. And it just like, I'm just telling you, like, my life, I tell myself this every day, like, man, this is amazing. I don't got no enemies. I ain't got no issues. I don't want no enemies. I don't want no issues. I just want peace. I just want joy. And I just want freedom. I love my freedom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I love it. Like, you just talk about, I came up here independently. I just called, like, I'm coming to the Breakfast Club. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got to check in. I ain't got to talk to no label. I ain't got to do nothing. And shout out to Def Jam. Love y'all. But it's just like, freedom and ownership is everything. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're talking art, you're talking culture, you're talking your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've worked hard my whole life. This is like, this is the season of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting myself first at all costs. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, my peace is everything. Like, everybody that know me know that. You know what I'm saying? They call me and be like, yeah, bro, like, I love you, but don't call me with nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I wanted to ask, you know, how was that? Because you're a very private person, but that was so public. Did that irk you at all? Like, everybody in your business talking about you?
Well, I had to come to the realization that I know who I am and that nobody else can't tell me different. So as long as I stayed on the path of integrity and staying true to myself, it wasn't nothing really to worry about, because anybody that know me, like, I mean, I even heard y'all was up here like, I know Jeezy, you know that. But that's because my reputation exceeds me. I'm like, I ain't on nothing. You know what I'm saying? Unless I need to be. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not. So it's just like, it comes with the territory. You know what I'm saying? He who wears the crown. It's just like, you know, people talked about Jesus. You know what I'm saying? They're going to talk about everybody. Everybody's not going to like you. Now, if I'm a good person to you and you don't like me, then there's a problem. But if you don't like me because of what you heard or what you think, then I ain't none of my spiritual business. I can't do nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? I can't even convince you because your mind is made up. However, if you know me and we had some type of interaction, I haven't done anything wrong to you, then that says more about you than me. Because now you judging. Now you judging me. There's no judgment here because I'm not perfect by far. But if I haven't done anything to you, then you can't take that position, because, you know, the people around me got real love for me, and my friends and my circle. Like, I never felt any type of but the people who wasn't for me, of course. And that did me a solid. Now I ain't got to even worry about cutting you off.
Cut yourself off.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Would you ever get married again?
Woo, hit me up. I'm gonna be all the way honest. I love my freedom.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with anything in the past.
Yeah.
I just love my freedom.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I love it. You know, I think life partners are amazing. You know, I would think so.
How did you feel when the internet said you was trying to holler at Nia Long by any means necessary?
They wasn't lying. It was not lying.
Right.
You said, don't cheat.
Really?
Hell no.
Hold on.
She said, really? He said, hell no.
But what I went was real men. I never cheated. Not like that. No, I don't cheat.
What do you mean not like that?
I'm saying, like, that's low hanging fruit. If I'm locked in, I'm locked in. We ain't got to be married. Like, I'm just not a cheater. That's like, I'm not gonna cheat my friends. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. That ain't in my blood.
That's real.
But when you say I was trying to holler, yeah, I was. You know, but I had to be respectful because I was still, finalizing. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
It was hard. It was tough. Staying focused.
They gonna link you with everybody now.
Right.
They gonna link you with everybody. I seen them link you with Cynthia Bailey the other day when you did that.
No, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that.
They sure did.
We love Cynthia, man. Shout out to Cynthia. That's her homegirl. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Now, the other one?
Yeah. Everything is finalized.
I just said the other one.
Okay.
He's gonna spin the block.
Would you spin the block on that real quick?
Oh, who?
I mean, on the other one.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, everything is finalized, but we good.
I'm going to press
now.
park. I'm going to hit the park button. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to play about that.
Oh, so you say we might see her at some of these shows?
I mean, listen.
The
She's invited.
Tour.
She's invited.
I know she has a beautiful black dress. She's definitely invited.
There you go.
Right.
I do want to know what's the deep album cut that you really enjoy performing off Thug Motivation 101.
Man, I mean, listen, bro. I can't get past the intro. You know what I'm saying?
Hit the kitchen lights, cockroaches
and
everywhere.
you gotta wait till you hear this with the symphony.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? With
crazy.
the symphony, and I need everybody to know I'm coming through your city. I'm coming through your town. It's gonna be amazing. One night only, and you got to pull up. And going back to your other question about me reaching back out, I think it's more important for me to reach forward. So shout out to Lisk, who I just partnered with. For my nonprofit space, and shout out to the Urban League of Atlanta, who I reached out with for my Young CEO program, because it's like,
what is Lisk? I know you do that with the Street Dreams Foundation.
Yeah, Lisk is so we got two things going right now. We definitely got the prostate cancer campaign going on. So I had a couple of friends that go through that, so we locked in there. But it's definitely for entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs, tech spaces. Just you have it. Like we showing them how to set up their lives so that they can win. And same thing with the Urban League of Atlanta. Same thing. We got the Young CEO program. You can go on my Instagram, check it out. Anybody from the age of what's the age of 17 to 24. And we set it up. We putting them with mentors, all that. And by the way, like this is who I am. Like I love this. And somebody asked me the other day, how do you do both? They're all the same. You know what I'm saying? We still motivating. It's all the same to me. We get to jump on the stage, but then we get to go help some people with prostate cancer. We get to jump on the stage and we get to go help mentor some kids. I love it.
And you saving people. People can live a much longer life if they just go.
Well, and I know I said this last time, but I got to say it again because you saved me, brother. Shout out to Charlamagne for my New York Times best-selling book, Adversity for Sale, because I ran into a situation where I had a issue with the publishing company, and I called Charlamagne. He's like, "Who published your book?" And he put me with somebody, and we went on to sell a New York Times bestseller.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so thank you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for all the years of motivation with the music, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
We appreciate you for joining us,
I appreciate you guys. Shout out to the Breakfast Club. Shout out to you all.
Yeah. Well, there you have it.
Yes, sir.
It's Jeezy. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Loren LoRosa is here as well. And we got a special guest in the building.
A motherfucking icon, guy.
An icon.
Don't play with him.
I thought he was up here. This is his first time up here, which is crazy.
Yeah.
That's
I only
crazy.
seen you on the road.
I know, but
That's
I thought you've been up here. Ladies and gentlemen, Lil Jon.
Lil Jon. What's
Welcome,
up, legend?
brother.
Hey, man. Thank y'all for having me. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, good morning.
It's about time.
Good morning, everybody. We don't say good morning enough to our fellow brothers and sisters.
That is true.
Should.
That's right.
I was a victim of that until I started to change my mindset. Sometimes I would come down, get in the car, going, on the road. I didn't say good morning. And once I started to change my mindset, I realized that's a good way to start your day and a gesture to someone, whoever you're riding with, the driver, whoever.
And then ask them how they feeling.
Yeah, sometimes that's also the case. Sometimes just say, how is your day going?
Yeah.
Because I found myself sometimes I'm really in tune to my spiritual side. I've been for a long time. Sometimes I might just be I remember being in the club and I might walk by a random person and I could feel their energy and I'd be like, let me just give you a hug.
Oh, wow.
And sometimes that just changes somebody's life.
Absolutely.
What about when you were the person that might have been creating the energy though? Like if you felt like some aggressive angriness from this person, but it was your fault because it was your set that you just did.
Well, I'm gonna tell you one time I was in South Carolina.
Hey.
In a hole in the wall club, and it was supposed to be a night where Cash Money was supposed to be there. And they called me because Cash Money couldn't come. So these folks in South Carolina was mad than a mother. And we was not Cash Money. Lil Jon Eastside Boys show up.
Damn.
And so I understand it's a hostile situation, but I looked out on that crowd and I said, the biggest dude in this crowd, I'm about to make him my best friend. And I made him my best friend during the show, like playing to him, giving him drinks and hyping him up. And then he turned the whole crowd around, and then they were fans of us after that.
Absolutely.
But it was a way you can always change the energy of a situation if you approach with a calm manner.
Mm-hmm.
That's why good security don't go and like try to fight somebody. They try to diffuse the situation.
right.
That's the first rule: is diffuse it, not be the aggressor.
Right. Now, Lil Jon, I want to go back. So this is your first time
Hold on,
here.
real quick though. What is a Lil Jon morning routine like?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
Yeah. What is a Lil Jon morning routine?
So this morning, I woke up, had a little water, because I do my I do this Korean facial stuff. So I do skin. My skin is very important to me.
Skin looks very
How
good.
do my skin look, ladies?
It looks really good.
Yeah,
Love
so
it.
one rule for that is positivity, positive energy, positive thoughts. Because if you're a negative person, all this negativity is going to wear the flesh down. So get up in the morning, do my skincare routine, brush my teeth, all that good stuff. I'm always in my mind saying affirmations for the day, even before I go to bed, in my dreams. Like last night, I was like, it's going to be a great interview. I look at this as one of the biggest interviews I've ever done in my life because it's a lot to talk about. Charlamagne, you seen me grow from. I think one time we talked. You were like, you came to the radio station in South Carolina one time. That was early on. He wasn't even on air yet, right? Were you on air?
I think it was a phoner. You called in. You had just put out. I think you had just put out Bia.
Wow. So that's 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow,
we were talking about you having the Confederate flag in the video, and I was asking you about that. Yeah.
So that's you've seen the growth, and I think it's important because you've seen the growth, you've seen it from a different angle, you've seen it from a different angle, you've seen it from a different angle, and you guys moved the needle of culture, and you had everybody and their grandmama on this show. So I think it's one of the most important and best interviews I think I'm going to have because of all of that.
Let's claim it.
Yeah.
Let's claim it.
I want to go back. I want to start from the beginning. These are the interviews I love because for some reason I thought you'd been up here before. So I want to start when you first got into the music industry, right?
Yeah.
Let's start with you started working for Jermaine Dupri.
Yep. 93.
Start from there. So how did you hook up with Jermaine Dupri, and what did you do for Jermaine Dupri?
So I used to be in Atlanta in the 90s. I was like the hottest DJ in the city. I was the man. I did all the parties. And I would see Jermaine all the time at the clubs. And then I did this one club called the Phoenix Nightclub, which was the hottest nightclub in Atlanta at the time. We brought Biggie. I got Biggie and Craig Mack together when they did the Big Mac tour.
Wow.
So I got them. I worked on the radio station, but I wasn't the PD. And you know how back then you had to go through the PD because you wanted to get the spins for your artists. So Diddy, he let us get Biggie and Craig because he thought I was like the PD. And he get there and the club is slammed like a million people. And he's like, yo, what the hell? Yo, we need some more money because this thing is packed. And then he found out that I wasn't the PD.
Oh, damn.
And so he was extra pissed. And then he even tried to get the rep that worked for BMG at the time fired because we got Craig and Biggie for free.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That was normal back then, though. When artists were on promo tour?
But you wanted to go through the station so you can make sure you get the spin and get the look. And we wasn't that, but we were hot promoters. So I was doing all the hot parties, and I would just see Jermaine all the time. But like even if I wasn't DJing, I was everywhere. Like I had a thing where I wanted to be I called it from Bankhead to Buckhead. That was from the bougie spots to the most hood you can get in Atlanta. So I was literally everywhere. And Jermaine came to me, so he hired me in 1993. I started working at So Def, and I was hired to do A&R and street promotions because I was everywhere.
Right.
So he wanted someone that had respect in the city, that could go anywhere, and someone like me that I was always out. So that was represent So Def from Bankhead, like I said, to Buckhead.
And what artists did you have being an A&R for So Def at that time?
I put together all of the So Def Bass All Stars. And
at night, I think the whole
very slept on era of Atlanta. By the way.
And that changed music too. Like it gave us a whole genre that had never been created, like had never been done before. And that all started because in Atlanta we used to do it was DJ Jelly. Shout out DJ Jelly. Shout out the J Team, DJ Smurf, and all of those guys. They would take like slow jam acapellas, like. Say one famous mix was Can You Stand the Rain, New Edition. and put it over a bass beat. So they used to do all of these mixes like that. They would just do a whole mixtape. It'll be all bass beats and then these R&B acapellas. And so I was like, we love this so much in the city. Let's take that and make a record from that. Nobody made an actual song. So I came up with that concept, and I went to my boy, DJ Cool Kali, a.k.a. Rodney. And then at the same time, I met Carl Mo. He used to call the phone at So Def and play his tracks on the phone. Interesting story about that. So one day I'm like, these tracks is dope. So I called him to the office, and he comes up there with a freaking keyboard and plays the keyboard. Like just playing the keyboard, not like no CDs, no cassette tape, just playing the keyboard. I'm like, this is crazy. So I ended up using him, and we did My Boo. And so yeah, I did all of the So Def Bass All Stars, and then out of that we had Player Poncho. He got signed, and we did a couple of records with Player Poncho. And Player Poncho is actually how I met the Eastside Boys. Wow! Because Player Poncho would always, when he would go out, he would have a whole like 20 guys with him, and the Eastside Boys was always with him, even if it was just like 2 or 3 guys with him. And so me and the Eastside Boys, just one day we were in the club, and we just started chanting this chant, who you with? Who you with? Get crunk, who you with? And then everybody in the club started chanting it, and then I look at Big Sam, I'm like, we need to turn this into a song. And so I know I have access to people with labels and stuff, so I called somebody I knew. Actually, I called Cool Ace, this guy named Cool Ace, and Cool Ace connected me with this guy named Carlos Glover. And we ended up going in the studio and we made the song Who You With, and that started everything for Lil Jon as an artist.
I'm glad you mentioned Sam and Bo too, because people always seem to forget about the East Side Boys.
Yeah.
What did they bring to the table? What made Lil Jon and the East Side Boys such an amazing group?
We were the sound of the rowdy guys in the back of the club. That's what we were. We was the that was turned up in the back that you just be looking back like, make sure they ain't coming over here with that good. So we were that. And what people don't understand about crunk music, I know some people are like, why did it do what it do? Why did it spread? Why did it become big? Because it was an outlet of energy for black youth.
Yes.
When you went to the club, you had a hard ass week, you had a hard life, whatever the was going on in your life, you hear that crunk music and you get in that damn mosh pit and you let all of that out and you feel amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why crunk music was able to reach so many people. That's why I still like going, like I see you talking about all the time about Knuckles You Buck as a Negro spiritual.
Negro spiritual.
And it is. Like it touches your soul in a certain way. And I think we do in like crunk music tap into music to their ancestors because they were chanting and so on and so forth.
What did you do when you were banned from clubs? I remember in college there was some clubs that were like, you cannot play none of that in this club.
Yeah, put your hood up and all that stuff. We just kept going because when you tell somebody you can't have it, they want it more. You know, I've seen people. I was in Louisiana one time. We did a show and they got so turned up they start fighting the police in the club.
Oh, wow.
Amazing times. Amazing times, man.
Yeah, it was crazy. I think it's just a testament to like we just brought something different, you know. And like the kids now think they are turning up, but they have no idea what a real turned up time was from the 2000s.
And Get Crunk was such a great record because I didn't think you could get crunker than Kings of Crunk. You know, I'm not even joking. I didn't think you could get crunker than that, but as soon as you hear Who Am I, Bo Hagen being me, you like, God
yeah,
damn.
Bo Hagen killed that. Salute to Bo Hagen out there.
How did you even have the mindset to take that to another level? How did you take that energy to another level?
That beat was produced by Lil J, who produced Knuck of You Buck.
Wow.
So it was time to, you know, come and work on the album, and you know, everybody down with BME. Of course, people that don't know Crime Mob, part of that was through BME, so we are part of putting them out there. So of course I call all of the squad. You know, Trillville helped me write some of the songs, and yeah, Lil J sent me. I think he sent me some beats, and that was one of the beats, and I was like, this is insane.
Wow.
But I thought it was one of the crunkest beats ever too.
Absolutely.
I think my favorite beats that I've produced or co-produced or been on is Get Crunk and What You Gonna Do. And What You Gonna Do is unique. I was in New York when I did that beat. I remember I was on TBT and Steve Gottlieb, and shout out to Brian Leach, my boy Brian Leach. He was the A&R at the time.
Salute, Brian
he was
Leach.
like, yo, you got to go in and knock out this song for this. I think it was like a Christmas album or something. Christmas crunk album that Steve Gottlieb wanted to put out. And I'm like, he can't put no fucking album out called Crunk without me. So I'm like, this guy. And so I was in New York, and Brian was like, you got to go in and record this song. So I was angry when I made that beat. I'm never mad when I make tracks, but that's one of the only beats I've ever made when I was angry, and that's why I sound so aggressive, because I was mad that I had to go in the studio and record this. I wanted to just go out. Like I was like, I'm going to the club. He was like, no, you got to go in and do this song. And so that's my anger coming out through the drum machine.
Did you ever trademark the word crunk?
I can't remember. Probably. Did all my ad libs. I know that.
Because you're the face of crunk, but to me, I would say 3 6 Mafia are probably the
So that's
the
another
fathers of
argument
crunk.
going
Okay.
around. It's an argument that says Memphis started crunk. Here's what I will say. We in Atlanta, you couldn't be Atlanta in the 90s and not be listening to 8-Ball MJG. You couldn't be riding around not listening to Master P. Master P changed the landscape of
The South.
Yeah. Period.
That's right.
He was the first one that really got us rowdy. I would say it was Master P. But we was listening to Ball and G, and of course 3 6 Mafia came around that.
You think P got us rowdy before 3 6?
I think for Bout It.
Yeah, but tear the club up. I bet you
think
won't hit him.
Bout It the club was 97. What year did Bout It come out?
I was in college. It had to be 95.
I think it was like 95.
95. I was in
I
college.
remember what happened was in the club in Atlanta, it was playing bass music, and then when Master P came, that was over.
About it. That was 95. Definitely, I was a freshman in college.
That was the record. In the hood was getting No Limit tattoos.
1995.
95, yeah.
Exactly.
That part of the album, true.
That's what changed it for us. So I will say Memphis is part of the influence, but it started for us with Master P. That Bout It just changed everything. But we are influenced, but it's all different sounds. But it all intertwines and works together.
What moment made you realize crunk had officially crossed from Southern energy to a global movement?
Coming up doing MTV, they let me get in Times Square on a double-decker bus with Lil Scrappy on TRL doing What You Gonna Do? Bruh, MTV?
I was going to say MTV too, because I remember watching the Video Music Awards. I forgot what year it was. They played Get Low going in the commercial break. And the audience went crazy, and Justin Timberlake was wilding. And I just remember thinking to myself, oh, Get Low is out of here.
Yeah. And then we end up performing Get Low at the MTV Video Music Awards. Get Low, yeah. Lean Back. That was a pretty insane year for me.
Can you tell us the origin story of Lovers and Friends?
So in Atlanta, we go to the strip club for everything. So we always I was in the strip club one day, and the DJ played the Michael Sterling Lovers and Friends, and I was like, that could be pretty cool for Usher to do. So let's back up. So this is before Usher's album is done. I give Usher the Michael Sterling on the CD, like, check this out, we should do this over. This don't listen to it. He don't listen to it. So we on my album. So I'm like, I'm going to take that Lovers and Friends idea and do it for my album. So I do the beat over, and I let Usher know, yo, I got this joint for us. Like, come, let's do it. So he flies in, he records it, and he's out. And after he does his parts, I'm just like, wow, this is a smash. So I call Luda. I'm like, bro, we got another one. Like, I need you on this ASAP. Send it to Luda. He did his parts, and then I go in last. Because I'm not the rapper. And so I was like, I need to take my time to make sure my verse is as catchy as possible, because I can't compete against Ludacris. And then it's Usher. Like, come on. So I was like, let me take something from this record. We had a record called, it's a record we did with Ubi. I forgot the name of it.
Nothing's Free?
Nothing's Free.
Ooh, how you forget that? That's a classic.
Nothing's Free. So we did Nothing's Free like in the 90s. And so I was like, that Sade part was really catchy on that song, but it was regional. Nobody really heard it out of the South. So I was like, let me take that same little thing and put that in Lovers and Friends, and that will be the little catch for my verse to make it catchier. And little did I know that was going to be like people's favorite verses because it's so simple. It's so simple and it's catchy. And yeah, that song went #1 without a video.
Why we never got a video for that record?
Because it was the labels and Superstar this and Superstar that and da-da-da-da-da. But #1 rap song of the year without a video in the 2000s is impossible.
Mm-hmm. What made you do the meditation album?
So
that's totally far the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah. Turned 50. A lot of things started to happen in my life. First thing it hit me was like, I asked myself, what makes you happy? And I said, damn. Only making sure everybody else good? But that's not what makes me, like, what makes me happy? I couldn't really tell myself. And so I was like, you know what? I need to kind of put myself first. Like, I'm not happy in this marriage. Like, so said I wanted to divorce. Also around the same time, me and my good friend Doug Davis, we talk like every year because he calls and gives me because he's like a couple months younger than me. So he's like, you're an old man. So we're talking and he was telling me he wanted to introduce me to somebody that was in this space. And I was like, that's interesting because I've been listening to like all of this like binaural beats to sleep and relax and ocean and rain and all of this type of stuff. So me and this guy Kabir, his name's Kabir Sagal, we connected. And so I'm going through the divorce and like I didn't like where my mental state was at because I'm angry. I'm like, why can't she just do this and that and like, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like mad and I don't like, that's not me. I'm a positive at all times person. I don't think negatively. So I started to like meditate every day. I started to say affirmations every day. And it helped me to be in a better mental state, as well as having good people in my corner, like my queen. Her name is Jamila. She was there for me at that time. And she would give me like also like just positive. She would just try to keep me in a positive mindset. And she had been through a rough divorce too, so she can give me some insight and just, help me keep my head up. So we went in, we recorded these albums, and this time of my life is feeling like I'm doing what God intended me to do. But what's amazing is everything that got me here I was supposed to do. Right. And even like all of the music that I've given people gave people positivity. So it's always been positivity, but it's meaning more now when someone tells me I never meditated. You helped me meditate. I was having trouble getting over this grief of losing someone. Your meditation about grief helped me. I'm inspired to, how many people have called me about getting in the gym? Yeah. It's insane. Like celebrities, all kind of people are like, you inspired me to get healthy. So I feel now like I'm doing what God intended me to do. It took me a long time to get here, but this is the time it's supposed to be. And crazy, I was thinking about this the other day. I met Mr. Farrakhan at the Source Awards one time. Farrakhan. And he basically told me, he said, you got power, you got a voice. And he basically was kind of trying to tell me, like, use it. And that stuck with me, like, I'm like, okay. But now I'm using my voice and my power in a good way to push positivity into the world.
So that is what makes you happy.
That's what yeah, it makes me happy.
Okay.
Just to do good, just to do good, because all that comes back. And when you, like a guy came to me, I did the Cola Guard thing, right? A guy came to me in the club one night, and was like, I did that Cola Guard test because of you, and it came back positive. And he didn't have colon cancer, but he had polyps. So just stuff like that, it just makes me feel like I'm doing good in the world.
Yeah, my brother.
So, sure. Inspiring people and being a good role model to my son. I have a daughter now. She's 10 months old.
Congratulations.
And I look at life like with health, like I gotta be here for her. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be here for her first day of school. I gotta be here for high school graduation, walk her down the aisle. So health is even more important to me. It was something I was doing to just, live a long, full life, but even more so now, I have even more motivation because of my daughter and her mother. I got to be here for them. You know what I'm saying? So
it's crazy to see you cry because a lot of people never even thought you had eyes.
No, you know what? Black men, we need to cry more.
I agree.
Absolutely. We need to cry. When you get more in tune to your higher self and you stop vibrating at these low frequencies, you can let the energy flow because we should. We don't have to be tough all the time. Yeah. And you're an advocate for therapy. I push all brothers we don't have to suffer in silence. We suffer in freaking silence. Mm-hmm. So call your homie sometime and just be like, you good? How you doing? Mm-hmm. Not just period, but how you mentally doing, bro? Because that one little conversation could make him not go do some stupid or take his life or whatever, you know? So I started doing therapy. I push anything, any knowledge that I got, I try to share with everybody because we got to help each other.
That's right.
We all we got.
That's
For
right,
sure.
right.
No, y'all got me up here crying.
You said
Good,
today was going to be a good day, great interview. You might have needed to release.
Really good.
You know?
Right.
Do you think people truly understand the loneliness that can come with success in entertainment?
No, because they just see the private jets and the trips and all that. They don't realize, you know, sometimes you can't go nowhere because people bugging you. You can't spend time with your loved ones without people bugging you, or I gotta make another hit record, or you know what I mean, like, or even when you start to go down, you're not as hot as you were. People not picking up the phone and all that. Yeah, it's a lot of most people couldn't deal with this life. They could not deal with it because it's too much pressure. Then people on the internet with all their opinions and all of this and that, and it's a lot of pressure that you cannot be built weak to be in the entertainment industry.
When you my last question, when you think about legacy now, how much of it is about peace and purpose rather than, I guess, the plaques and the parties and all of that?
I think my legacy is going to be all about positivity because every step of the way it's been. Crunk was positive. It was a positive release. Now in my latter years, it's meditation, mindfulness, get therapy, fellas. I'm going to tell everybody out there, get therapy.
That's right.
Get a therapist. If you're going through it, you should not be left to your own devices to deal with some serious issues. Sometimes you need to talk to someone that's a qualified person. And I did EMDR. Did you ever do EMDR?
I never did EMDR.
EMDR is amazing because it taps into your subconscious. When I did EMDR, stuff came out that I didn't know was there. So it can it can find the root of why you got that trauma. I was able to go to my childhood self and say, it's okay.
Wow.
I'm here. It's fine.
Yeah.
You're loved, you're appreciated, you know, all of that. And it helped me to get past whatever that was. And the more you do it, the more stuff comes to you and you just realize, this is why I'm the way I am. I can now get past this and I can change these habits, you know, and I can live a better life.
Wow. Man, Lil Jon, you are an icon living.
I love you, man.
You're an icon living. You're one of the greatest producers of all time. You've brought people so much joy. In this next chapter of your life where you are helping people heal, I think it's going to be your best work yet, my brother.
I think so, too. I do, too.
Yeah! Breakfast Club, good morning.
It's time for Donkey of the Day. I ain't trying to be Donkey today no more.
They should be embarrassed by what they already did. I'm not making these people do these things.
Called Donkey of the Day, and it really caught me off guard. Damn, Charlamagne, who got the Donkey of the Day today?
Well, Jess Hilarious, Donkey of the Day goes to Ann and Bernard McDonough. Okay, they are 39 and 41 years old, and I am reluctantly giving them Donkey of the Day this morning because, truthfully, this is one of the most romantic stories I have ever heard. See, when you're in a relationship, you are always looking for new things to do, okay, new things to try with your significant other. You have to keep things interesting in the relationship, and these two absolutely did that. Let me read the headline for you. The headline is, Dine and Dash couple busted for hitting 5 restaurants for $1,200 in free meals. I repeat, Dine and Dash couple busted for hitting 5 restaurants for $1,200 in free meals. See, what had happened was Ann and Bernard have been accused of dining at 5 different restaurants, all within a 30-mile radius of each other, and leaving without paying their tab. Before you ask, from the pictures I see, yes, they are big backs. Okay, wide-bodied individuals, all right? One of them so big that if she wore yellow, kids would run after her thinking they missed the school bus, respectfully, okay? Now, these folks just weren't going to different restaurants, to get an item here or there. You know how you may order some chicken from KFC, but then, get your sides from Popeyes? No. These individuals who were so big they could sit on Walmart and make the prices go down were eating full-blown meals at these establishments, okay? This is the epitome of big back activity. See, God can't bless what you pretend to be, so you need to be yourself. And if you are yourself, a blessing as big as Ann's back is on its way to you. Now, let's be clear. This is gluttony to the highest degree because the couple used to go to these restaurants and they would go with a party of 6. They would order and eat large meals, which often cost upward of $400. They would eat quickly, and then 4 members of the party would exit, leaving Ann behind, and Ann would be with a little small child, like a 4-year-old child. They would leave Ann behind to pay the bill. Ann would act like she was paying the bill, okay, with a card. Then the card would get declined. Then she would say she needed to get another card from the car. She'd walk to the car. They'd ask the little boy to stay and wait for her in the restaurant. And then when the woman would get to the car, after about 10, 15 seconds, the little boy would run out to the car. Man, the clumps is wildin'. Okay, what I don't understand is if you can put this much energy into a crime of food consumption, how come you can't put that same energy into unbigging your back? And furthermore, if you can put this much energy into being a snack scammer, how come you can't put just as much energy into getting a job so you don't have to steal from people? Now, the owners of these restaurants would call police, but police would tell them this isn't an emergency, and all they could do was report the incident. This is disgusting. You call the police to report a herd of humans coming into your establishment and stealing, and nobody does anything. But imagine the urgency that would happen if they called and said their restaurant just got invaded by a herd of buffalo. Every single law enforcement division would show up and animal control to get this herd of buffalo under control. So the same sense of urgency should be applied to a herd of humans who are as big as buffaloes. Now, what's even sadder is an owner of the restaurant said they sent CCTV recordings. I guess those are the camera recordings from the restaurant. They would send the recordings from the restaurant. They would send photos. They even sent the registration plate number of the car. And the response from law enforcement was, this vehicle is connected to many people. Well, go investigate all the many people then. Now, we can take that for what it is and say, hey, the vehicle is connected to many people, or we can say one of these individuals is so big that they get mistaken for many. When 50 Cent said many men wish death upon him, we knew that meant a lot. So you know how big one person got to be for you to refer to them as many? To be fair, though, the whole party not big backs. Just like 2 of them. And they white. So they look like Twitter eggs from 2014. But let's think about the bright side of this. I know a good romantic comedy when I hear one. Just call Alvin Gray right now. Okay? Call Alvin Gray. We about to go into production on Loving Big Backs, coming to Tubi real soon. Opening scene, we going to show them getting baptized at SeaWorld. Oh, you know what though? Hold, wait a minute. I got a better name for this romantic comedy. We can change Ann's name to Stella and call it How Stella Got Her Big Back. That's it. That's it right there. Please give Ann and Bernard McDonough the biggest hee-haw. And let's not forget what they did is wrong, and that's why they were arrested and charged with 5 counts of fat fraud and charged with 4 counts of theft.
Jesus. Well, rightfully so. They should have been.
That's right.
It's a fat fraud.
Yes, yo.
Jesus.
But
I know they ain't put regular handcuffs on them either, but that's a whole different story.
How Ann got her big bag.
Yes. we got to change her name to Stella, though. We changed her name to Stella for the movie.
Oh, yeah.
How Stella got her big back.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy. All right.
What do we call Alvin Gray?
I'm going to call him, yo. Although Alvin Gray do have a movie called Check Please, where they run out on checks. But they got big back. Yeah, he does, yo. My man is out here.
Stop playing, man.
Working for real. You gotta watch it. It's another one. Amazon Prime. It's on Amazon Prime, YouTube, and Tubi.
Man, stop.
It is, yo, for real. Y'all ever believe nothing I say? It's called Check Please, and they do that. It's a movie about guys running out on the check, but it's funny. It's a storyline behind it and everything.
Man, you is not lying. I just looked it up, man.
I
Alvin Gray. Man, hold on, man. Yeah. Hold on. Alvin Gray got the rapper who got shot in the hill, the nurse that saw the baby on the highway, and Check Please.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to hold. Now, this one I got to watch. He got one called Blackwater Sasquatch.
Oh, my God. That's the number one.
No.
That's the one. You got to say Blackwater Sasquatch is really good.
It's about Bigfoot?
I ain't gonna tell you.
What is going on here?
Yeah, but it's good though. It's black though.
All right.
It's like a black film.
I'm watching that. That's gonna get me to Tubi. I'm watching that today, and it's free.
Oh my goodness! Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, indeed.
JD Jermaine Dupri.
What's happening?
How you feeling?
He looking at the wall.
I'm looking at the wall.
We ain't got JD on the wall.
I don't know. I don't think I made the wall. That's all right.
Damn, we ain't got JD on the wall.
Yeah, y'all ain't got me up there.
Well, no, see, the wall represents like iconic Breakfast Club moments. Not that you haven't given us great interviews.
I haven't had a.
You know what I'm saying?
You have had some, you know.
You ain't never stormed out the studio.
You never slapped Charlamagne, threatening him.
Yeah, I don't have nothing to do
with
that.
You never throw a chair.
Yeah, I'm out of that. I'm not in that conversation.
But you have always coming in and giving us great conversation, man.
Great
and I've been enjoying the Magic City docuseries.
Thank you.
And it got me to thinking about like just Atlanta. Like, and Atlanta's had a lot of different runs as far as music is concerned. Yeah. But what is Atlanta culture exactly? Is it the strip clubs?
Yeah, 100%. That's one of the things. Skating. It's a bunch of different things like the bass music and a bunch of different things. But we've never really highlighted these things the way I guess I'm trying to do and make sure that people understand that that's what it is. Because I think like people think like even with the strip club situation, it was me and whoever else was promoting this from a long time ago. Just black people trying to promote strip clubs. And you learn from the documentary that this was a law that was passed in the city, and might be more states in the South, that nudity was something that they opened the floodgates and made it a business, right? So even me growing up, I never realized why it was so many strip clubs in Atlanta. It was a strip club damn near on every corner or in every hood in Atlanta. And I never understood. I just thought we was just a strip club place. But when you look at this documentary, you start going outside and looking at all the other places like in Florida and all these other places. You're like, oh, it's a law that was passed, right? And I used to come to like New York when we used to do things, and wherever I go to other cities and be like, man, why these cities ain't popping like Atlanta with the strip clubs? And the law is a real law that gave us the entryway to just have this going. So yeah, that's an Atlanta thing, you know?
Is Magic City the biggest strip club and the most recognized strip club in the U.S.?
Nah, I think it's been a couple, over the years. I think Magic is in the top 3, of course. But like Booby Trap in Miami,
King of Diamonds.
Miami's always had, they've always had these strip clubs.
Turnover, yeah.
And I think
V Live,
I think that's Houston, right?
Houston, yeah.
So I think Houston, it's a couple of places that's got. But I don't think Houston can get naked, though. That's the thing. It's like we talking about nudity. As far as strip clubs, it's Miami and Miami.
I think they do
and
topless in Houston, but Atlanta was nudity.
Yeah.
So what made you want to
Does Atlanta need that infrastructure now? Because that's when I think about Magic City, I know people look at it as just a t-ball, but when I'm watching the doc, or even just growing up, I think of it as infrastructure. This is 100%. A place where people went to break records.
No, 100%. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I was going to answer your question. The reason why I wanted to do it is because, we don't talk about the places that actually helped us get to where we are. You know what I mean? That part of hip hop stopped a long time ago. Like when you watch like Wild Style, right? When there's a person that's not from New York, I watch Wild Style. You can see like how Grandmaster Caz them, what they was doing to become and what made hip hop turn into what it was here in New York. In the later years of hip hop, what shows or anything show kids how we got, how we got to where we are. And I think that, it's important for black establishments to show, like, it's a 40-year-old black establishment. The owner went to jail. They tried to sell his property. He took it back over, and now it's back popping, and now he got a TV show. Like, that's an American dream. You know what I mean? Like, regardless of whatever good or bad, it's a black American dream that we don't ever really be talking about.
So does Atlanta need that infrastructure now?
Huh?
Does it need it now?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, we need it more than everybody. I mean, not just Atlanta. Like a bunch of cities need to. It's probably a bunch of other cities that's got like 40 to 50-year-old black establishments that I don't even know about.
What do you think ruined strip clubs? Because at one time there was a strip club in every city. They were always big. There was 15 in Atlanta. There was 10 in New York. What do you think ruined the strip club?
Safety, right? I think that's why Magic stands out so much, because you can go in Magic with all your jewelry on. You can go in Magic and be the biggest star in the world and be standing next to the biggest criminal in the world. But whatever would happen somewhere else ain't getting ready to happen in Magic. And I say that proudly because even me, I go to Magic without security, because the security in there gonna take care of me like they if they was working for me. And I feel like it's the safest club in Atlanta. So I feel like the safety of strip clubs and how Magic ran the club, strip club etiquette, I think that's what killed strip clubs for the most part.
Now, also, I noticed, growing up when we used to go to strip clubs, you go with a couple dollars, right? And you would be fine all night. That's totally changed.
No, that's not. That's just your mental.
Okay.
Right? That's just people's mental space, right? If Magic City's like overly crowded, I'll go stand by the bar and I might spend $500 to $1,000. That. And by the way,
JD, that's still a lot of money. I was talking about $100, JD.
Okay, but
I'm saying $1,000 at the bar.
I'm just saying, let me put this in perspective so everybody understand what's happening. The other night when Chris Brown was in Atlanta, they spent $200,000 in Magic City. So my little $500 to $1,000 over there in that corner is like $100, man. Look at his face. Look at his face.
Because I hear when people say those numbers and I'm like, I don't believe that.
No, I swear to God.
On
God.
200,000?
On God. 100 went to Chris, right?
I've seen people order 100,000 singles.
100 went to Chris without a doubt. And Magic, they go when you order the money, they bring a Magic City bag upstairs for you, backpack.
I got one at the house.
So the backpack had 100 in it. Jada Waiter, y'all know Jada Waiter. She got about a dub, right? I think maybe more. P from QC, I think he ordered 40. Right then and there, that's 160 right crazy. There. You know what I'm saying? Chris by himself had 100. That's what I'm saying. So if you start splitting it up, I think Bow Wow probably got 10 or 15, 20. You at 200 fast.
So when you was back in the day with BMF, how much did you see them spend that one?
On my album, I have a conversation with Meech, and he says he spent $600,000 one night.
That's insanity.
That's crazy.
What's the most you spent? And now you was in there with Janet. What did you spend?
I mean, I had a limit. Like when everybody heard me say I spent $10,000, that was my limit. So once I got to that 10, I wasn't trying. But by the way, I'm not in there trying to compete. I always felt like, at one point in time when BMF came, or when BMF grew, because I've been in the club with Meech for a long time before BMF was a crew like that. And we used to be at the Gentleman's Club back in when you watched the episode where Magic supposedly was burnt down or whatever, and everybody went to the Gentleman's Club. That's back in the period of time when I actually met Meech, and Meech didn't have the crew of people with him, and we was in the Gentleman's Club. And in the Gentleman's Club, it was like what he's saying. We wasn't really throwing the money. We was just like giving the girls the money, right? And that's where the whole confusion about who started throwing the money came from, because I started doing this in Money in a Thing video, and I know people want to say they did it and did it. Well, you find a video that came out before Money in a Thing where you see rappers throwing money like this, right? And that I never had it wasn't about me trying to challenge nobody. It got to be like when Meech and them crew came, and it was like, oh damn, they throwing more money. We got to throw. It became like a money war. I was never part of that.
When I think about Mariah Carey getting the accolades she got the other night at the VMAs, I don't know if that happens without you. And what I mean by that is Mariah had a fantastic career, but that album was like a comeback album that kind of solidified her forever.
I was talking to her about this yesterday, and I was saying it would have happened without me, but Mariah is such a New York hip hop person that she wants to gravitate towards this shit, right? As opposed to promoting the Boyz II Men record, which was her first song of the decade, right? She ain't even performed that song the other night. You know what I'm saying? she got records that's bigger than the records I did. That she just like, yeah, you know, we gonna do this tonight. This is what we gonna do. I love it because I'm a part of it, but don't get it twisted. These songs is, you know what I mean? She got records that she could do that's like Hero, you know what I mean? These songs that's huge that made her. Mariah had sold 30 million records before I even worked with her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
but that charm bracelet, and then that what was that movie called? I don't even remember now.
Sparkle.
Sparkle. Like
Oh,
that
my
it was a bad. It was dark for her.
but one black eye can't kill you.
No, that's true. But then you came back with Emancipation of Mimi, and that's a nuclear bomb.
I mean,
that's not a normal album. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I always look at that like I can't take credit for Mariah. She's who she is, and she was who she was before. I'm just happy that she let me be a part of the ride.
I think that puts more pressure on you, though. And what I mean by that is when you're tasked with going in there with an iconic person already and creating something that gets them, you know, back seen the way that they were seen before their, you know, last flop. That says a lot that you was able to accomplish that.
Then it put pressure on me.
I would think so back then.
Nah, because I don't think about it. Like, you know, like the thing about it is when I go in the studio with people, I don't get caught up in what's happening in their life. And I think that was what was going on in her life outside of the studio. I go in the studio and I'm like, I say this all the time. When I work with Aretha Franklin, she made me realize, like, listen, if you gonna be in here working and I'm gonna pay you and we gonna let you get this credit, you better say what the you gotta say. If I sound bad, if I don't even sound halfway good, she was like, tell me to do it again. And I'm like, I can't tell Aretha Franklin nothing. Like, this Aretha Franklin. But the way she was talking to me was like, I flew you here to Detroit to cut my vocals.
Damn.
So what you gonna do? You gonna sit there and just watch me? Or if that's, I'm going home. That's what she told me. She says, literally, I'm going home. That's what you're gonna do. And that's when I sat there for a minute. I'm like, you know what? I gotta do this. I just got to be brutally honest with artists. And when it came to Emancipation of Mimi, we belong together. We made the song. I'm like, listen, Mariah, if you don't hit the note at the end of the record ain't going to be what people want the record to be. They want you to, that's what they want. Yeah, we got to give them what they want. And it was like, nobody else wanted to say this. I had to say it. And I had to be like, you know, if you don't like me for saying what is real, then why are we in the room together?
What was one artist that didn't like you being brutally honest? That was like, nah, this is not for me.
Nobody. I don't think nobody. I mean, I think everybody they don't want to address it, but when it's right, they like, oh, okay, you know. But a lot of them, like, you know, Bow Wow didn't like, oh, I think they like me. Usher didn't
Bow Wow
like.
seems like you wrestle with him every time you're in the studio. That's what Bow Wow seems.
But I'm saying Usher didn't like You Make Me Wanna. And you have to sit there and be like, man,
that's crazy.
Why? What are you listening to that make you not like this song?
What was it about the Emancipation of Mimi that got her back to where she needed to be? Was it the freedom that maybe you provided? Because I saw the Brat telling this story about how Tommy Mottola got guns pulled on you because you let Mariah go to Burger King.
I didn't let them do nothing. They pulled off and went on their own. But yeah.
So tell the story, because I don't know the story.
Okay, so the first time I started working with Mariah, I decided to do a Always Be My Baby remix, right? So I brought Escape and the Brat to her house that was out in upstate with her and Tommy. And this was the first time I started bringing my people around Mariah. And I brought Brat. Her and Brat kicked it. They hit it off. And she convinced Brat, or either Brat convinced her, let's take a trip in the car, just me and you, and go to McDonald's or some old like
so they
this.
left together, no security,
They left
nothing.
the ground without me knowing, and showed up in the studio like, what's going on? I'm like, I seen was running around like, and it all was looking at me like, JD, this your person. She done ran off with Mariah, and I'm like, what the f-? Like, that was a crazy moment. This is my first time being there. This is my first time at her house. And I bring some over. This was just like a story. You bring some over to the house, and this what happened. And I'm in the house like this, like I'm just trying to make a record, man. What the is going on?
So you called Brat, like, where you at?
Yeah, I called her. She's like, we just getting some fries. And I'm like, what? Why? And she was saying that Mariah just, like, at that period in time, Mariah was, you know, this was a different type of success life at this point.
Real
Mariah
celebrity.
She wasn't the artist that could go outside and go to McDonald's, or she wasn't even doing that. Like, she was sheltered in the house, and she just wanted to get out, and Brat was her person that was ready to go escape and do it.
That's great.
So was it that level of freedom you provided her? That's what. Because the album's called The Emancipation. Of Mimi.
No, I just think I make Mariah comfortable, right? And I don't fake with her about the music that we should make, and I think that's what makes her feel free. Because I'm telling anybody, if you sing, make singing records, man. Like, I get it. You want to rap, and I'm a rapper at heart, but I learned how to make music, and I learned through the success that I've had that these people want these records to sound like the records that they know. The audience don't change, right? So I just have to keep beating that in people's minds and letting them know, like, listen, you might want to change your up, but the person that's listening, they want the new Mariah record to sound like the Mariah record that they heard before.
Yeah.
And that's always a hard fight with artists.
Did you ever take her to Magic City?
Yeah, no. She won't. She probably won't go to that. That ain't her bag.
Now back to Usher. You said Usher didn't like make me wanna.
Yeah.
Why not? What was the problem with that?
I don't know.
And how'd you force him to finally do it?
Well, I mean, I had to force him, but he just let me know it wasn't like that wasn't where he felt he should be coming with. At this point in time, Usher was still not sure where his career was gonna go, so he still cut the song. Luckily. But if we was in that space right now, he not gonna cut the song. Right now, he ain't gonna be like, I don't with that song.
So right now, he don't care. If he don't like it, I'm not doing it.
It's not even gonna get cut.
Even now? Like, I would trust you to...
Nah, right. He gonna be like... Right now, I'll be like, yo, Usher, please cut this song. Usher turn his phone off. Like,
when your name is mentioned 50 years from now, what's the one record or one artist you want to define your legacy?
I don't know who the artist is. Somebody great. I mean, I think like watching Mariah get Vanguard Award and her performing in that piece tour of records that I did, I think that means a lot. You know what I mean? Like, almost like you saying, it's like my records are loud enough to make people damn near believe that I had something to do with her success. To me, that's a mean accomplishment because I didn't have anything to do with her becoming who she is.
No, that's not true. That's not true. I mean, no, because it's a second wave.
Yeah, but I'm saying I think I might have made more black people like her.
Yes,
but she's still Mariah Carey.
Yeah, but it says something when you to me. I mean, I
get it.
And that's her best album.
I get it. And
Emancipation Mimi is Mariah Carey's best album.
Absolutely.
That's probably the definitive album of her whole career. That's her Thriller. It just is.
I don't know.
What's the hardest personal sacrifice you've made for your career?
Life. I don't really have no life. I just be making music. You know what I mean? And I have people that tell me this all the time. Like, JD, you don't really, my baby mothers be saying it's like, your life is the music. All you do is care about the music. All you care about is putting out records. All you care about is doing what you're doing every day. And that's the truth. It is. That's what it is. I don't care about nothing else.
You don't enjoy the money? You don't go on vacation?
I mean, that come along with it, but that's not a chase for me.
Right.
Like, my chase is to be, like what they said on the Billboard. I get number one. I feel like I finally did something by getting number one on that list.
But then it's never enough because you want more.
Nah, but now it's like, but it's also like fighting. It's like boxing. You gotta. Can you stay in that space, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like watching Floyd and Tyson talk about they gonna fight. It's like Floyd retired, but he still want to be the best. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not saying I'm retired. I'm out here. So I just know that, like, I also know that there's space in hip hop and R&B that hasn't been touched. What I'm doing, going from 92 and becoming the number one producer of the 21st century in 2025 ain't been seen ever, right? So if you start doing shit that ain't never been seen, you don't have no reason. I don't have no reason to stop. I just gotta, pray to God that don't stop. You know what I mean?
It's funny. I wonder if hip hop limits Jermaine Dupri. And what I mean by that is when people start talking about who's the greatest producers of all time, they'll start, naming a bunch of people who do a lot of hip hop records, right? But you got to just say Jermaine is a musician. If you said Jermaine is just a musical producer, then I think the conversation is a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's hard, man, because I feel like I switch up on people so much. When I'm in R&B mode, I'm not talking about no rap, right? I remember one time I came up here and I was so R&B'd out, and I'm waving the flag for R&B, and I ain't talking about nothing rap. I think that confuses the podcast and the guys that usually talk to me about, they like, wait a minute, I thought this was money and a thing, and you was, you know what I mean, Magic City. This over here talking about you want to make division records. You know what I mean? I think that throws the whole thing off because I do switch. I mean, that's the only way I can do it. That's the only way I can make it is to get away from, you know, from one thing for a minute and go into that space and be 100% in that space.
Is there a media bias even towards the South? Because I think about that with the producers and the artists. Because there's some artists from the South who should be getting mentioned as top lyricists all the time. There's some producers from the South who should be getting mentioned as top producers.
I just think that, and I want to send Bank a shout out because I feel like his interview with Thug
fantastic
pushes
brilliant
finally somebody in Atlanta to the forefront of hip hop media in the city of Atlanta, and I think it's taken 30 years for somebody in the city of Atlanta to be the person that you have to sit down and talk to if you that guy in hip hop. And he just made himself that person, if you ask me.
He killed it. He killed it.
Yeah, man, I'm glad you said that because I said it on the air. Regional identity matters in media.
100%. And everything.
And Atlanta's been the hip hop capital for so long, but have never had that media person. Salute to Gray Street and all, but they've never had that person you got to go see.
And I think that's the problem. It's like every time somebody from Atlanta that's popped, they always had to come to New York. And no disrespect, but I've been saying it should have been somebody that did what he did with Future, Ludacris. When T.I. got out of jail, we done had so many artists that have so many stories, but they missed the opportunity like what just happened with Thug because we don't have that person in the city. And that goes to the culture. Like, people should, like I just saw the magazine out there with you on the front cover of Variety. I never seen that before, right? In Atlanta, I don't think young people read and see things like that to push them to say, you know what? I want to do what Charlamagne doing, man. I want to do what Envy doing. He got a car show. Like, they don't see that enough to distract them. All they see is JD throwing money and this throwing money. I'm rapping. I'm gonna be a rapper. Nah, you ain't gotta be no rapper. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Bank getting ready to hit the bank.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Based on what he just did, that one interview, as far as I'm concerned, if he do what he gotta do and he keep it at that level and the way he talked to him, it makes you're gonna have people that really want to sit down and like let you interview him the same way you did.
And Big Facts has already been that platform to me.
Yeah.
Right? And then now to see Bank doing the perspective with Banks, I agree with you 100%.
But it took 30 years. That's what I'm saying. It took 30 years for somebody to say, this what we need. I'm gonna do it like this, right? And I'm really happy to see that. I feel like that's gonna change the city because that's going somebody gonna see that and they gonna create another one, right? And at that point, that world will open up. Because when I came here, I think the beginning of me talking about Magic City, I was like, yo, everybody in New York got a fucking podcast. I mean, everywhere I went, everybody got a podcast. Clue and them got one across the street in a little bar.
Fat Joe.
Everybody, Fat Joe and them. I was going to all of them. I mean, Carmelo and them out in Brooklyn. It's a podcast everywhere. And I was just like, this bug ain't hit Atlanta yet.
Nah, they got them in Atlanta because you got Big Facts, you got Bank, you got 85 South shows in Atlanta, you got Paul Mind podcast based out of Atlanta. That's 4.
Y'all got about 20 out there.
That is true.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's just, and they moving. Y'all got 20 out here that's moving. I'm just saying these guys that you like, the 85 South show, I think that's probably the closest next. But after that, it ain't no real ain't nobody you gotta talk to.
Paul Mind is big. You should sit down, Paul.
But you ain't got to talk to him. That's all I'm saying. I'm just talking about as far as like, if you one of these people, I feel like we ain't had nobody that you have to talk to. Like if they was like, call the record company, like Joe Jermaine, who you want to have a in-depth conversation with. And then your name gonna come up, and then who's the competitor to Charlamagne in Atlanta?
You know, Paul Mines ain't from Atlanta too. You know, they're from Houston.
But they're based in Atlanta.
They're based in Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
So I just feel like Bank put himself in the category.
I agree.
To get,
he did, yeah, absolutely.
You know, the Gucci Mans, all of these people that we want to hear.
Gunna should be calling Bank right now.
Yeah, 100%.
Gunna should be calling Bank like, yo, I need to come sit down with you, and just to not saying reply, but.
Yeah, you know, I mean, but it ain't even like
we've never heard his side. We've never heard him talk.
It's just like I said, he just made it where, like Oprah Winfrey, like you want to watch it. You want to hear it, and he's not going to hold back on the questions, and he's creditable in that category to where you can't run no bullshit on him.
That's right.
Because he going to let you know you running some bullshit.
what I love. He wasn't afraid to push back.
Nah, but I mean, he don't have no. That's him. You know what I'm saying? He the guy that told me when I said, he's like, JD, we thought you want to be from New York. That's who told me that, right? And I'm like, nah, I wasn't trying to be from New York. I'm trying to just push my music. And I just feel like I said, I applaud him on that interview. He did it.
Well, JD, I know you got to run. Well, JD, Jermaine Dupri, make sure you check out the Magic City doc and, of course, the album. We appreciate you always for joining us.
Nah, thank you.
It's The Breakfast Club. It's JD. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne, you got a positive note?
I do have a positive note, man. I want to talk to you about resilience this morning, okay? Resilience is very different than being numb, okay? Resilience means you experience, you feel, you fail, you hurt, you fall, but you keep going. That's resilience. Have a great day.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?
Woke up. Wake you up. Wake that ass up. Program your alarm to Power 105.1 on iHeartRadio.